Toastmasters, believe in best. My name is Jaachimma. This is my icebreaker. And I was thinking about what to talk about. Do I tell you about me? Or do I tell you a story about me? I thought of talking about me, but I think you know a lot about me already. I'm a Nigerian, and I have fear of public speaking. I think that's, I don't think there's anything left for you to know about me. So I decided to tell you a story today. A story about me, a story about how I left Lagos and the challenges I faced to move from Lagos, Nigeria to Lisbon. So I'll get on with the story. I got a job offer to relocate to Lisbon while I was in Lagos. So I was very excited, I was happy, I felt like I just discovered fire, for the first time. And I was like, for the following days I was happy, but I kept it to myself. Later I told parents, I told friends, everybody was saying, congratulations, positive messages flowing in. But something happened, very surprising. After some days, after some weeks, I wasn't quite happy again. I was beginning to feel sad. I'm like, what? Why am I feeling sad? I've always wanted to go to Europe. I've always wanted to live in Nigeria. They say you don't know if something is good until you've experienced the opposite. So I wanted to live in Nigeria. I wanted to see how things were done in Europe, just for the experience. So every day I woke up very scared. Very scared. I wake up the next day, I'm even more scared than I was the last day. So, after some days, it dawned on me that I was living myself. I was living my life in Nigeria. I was going to be moving to a new place. I was going to start afresh. Like I've stayed in Nigeria my whole life. So it was like, I'm all about Nigeria, I have parents here. I had the friends, I had relationships. How do I leave all these things behind? So, I think my fear wasn't unfounded. It was it was reasonable to have such fears. So, in Nigeria, during the last few weeks when I was in Nigeria, I was about to leave, and I had properties. It's kind of different here in Europe, and especially in Lisbon, right? When you get an apartment, you pay monthly, right? And you move into the apartment, you have some furniture already there. You have, sometimes you have gadgets there, electronic gadgets, right? But in Nigeria, it's quite different. The rent is paid every year. It's paid yearly. And when you move into an apartment, the apartment is literally empty. So you have to buy equipment, buy furniture yourself. When I moved into my apartment, I could remember vividly. There was nothing in the apartment. And I was dead broke. Like I had just moved to Lagos, newly, and I didn't have a job. So I had a bed, a small bed, a plastic table, and a plastic chair. So when I wanted to sell these properties, because I couldn't live with them, couldn't fly with them, that would be a lot of money. So I decided to sell them. People were, making offers to buy them. Sometimes, at a fraction of the amount I bought them. So it pissed me off. When I looked at the chair, I didn't just see a chair, a piece of furniture that I could sit on. What I actually saw was, especially my office chair, was the lockdowns. During the lockdowns, I had to buy the office chair so I could work from home. So it was kind of memories, history, my own stories behind these properties. And someone was pricing it like I didn't even buy it. The tables too, I could remember when I didn't have a job, that was the only table I could afford. These were like vivid memory of my journey so far. But I had to leave it behind. I had to move to Lisbon, no matter what, right? And I could only understand something. about everything I was going through. I had two choices: to get stuck in the past or to march into the future. And sometimes for you to make progress in life, you have to be willing to let go of a very beautiful past. You have to be willing to let go of a wonderful history and march into the future with boldness and faith. That is why I'm here in Lisbon, marching on with a little boldness and a lot of faith, even though I do not know what the future holds for me. And you all in Lisbon here, I have to say one thing. Thank you all for having me. That is the end of my speech. Thank you.